to rev it up and roll with America's premier motorcycle talk show. Open Road Radio is on the air with Gina Woods and other guest hosts. And now, with riding on their minds, here's your hosts of Open Road Radio.
Whoa, 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 look at that. It's Scrapper Dad 2 weeks in a row.
That's right. I got Doug Frazier with me tonight.
I see that. Welcome, Doug. Great to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being on. Look at that cool pant head in the back.
What? He keeps his living room too, Gina.
It's a Christmas tree, yeah.
Oh.
Are we
It
doing
is a
it live?
Christmas tree, right?
Are we doing it live? We're doing it live?
We're doing it live.
But for real, is it coming up?
Yeah, it is, but you're cutting out a little bit.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, but maybe turn whatever you got in there down a little bit.
So
You're good like that. All right. Hey, Dan. Wow, we kicked it out of the gate last week, our first show of the year with some magazine folks, and we're going to do it again. And we've got an amazing event to talk about. We've got none other than the beautiful tattooed songbird herself, Jennifer Santolucito. I love saying it. I just love to say that name. I think it's so sexy and romantic. Santolucito. I love that name. So Jennifer's going to be on with us, and we've got none other than Chopper Magazine's Cary Brobeck. And, I've been talking with Cary for a while through LinkedIn and so forth, and we've been trying to hit, which day, and it just all fell in place. All fell in place this last week. Isn't that wonderful how that happens?
Oh, yeah. Motorcycle medicine.
Exactly. It is motorcycle medicine. Hey, thank you all for joining us tonight on Open Road Radio, Motorcycle Mondays, KSHP 1400 AM Las Vegas, and WPJX 1500 AM at 92.5 FM. We were off on that last week, Dan, but we are on there tonight. So, yeah, I don't know what happened. They had a different program going.
And that's out of Zion, close to me, just north of Chicago.
Yeah. Right on. Hey, we've got a special guest I'm going to freak you all out with at the end. And didn't want to tell you anybody about it. But we have a special guest. And they're going to be on. I got to really watch whether I say he or she. But, yeah, it's just fun to play with. So... Yeah, Dan, how's the week? How's the week been since last week? Go Bears. The Bears won.
That was one of the best games I ever seen. The comebacks, you know what I mean? State line, the fist fights, the shouting, the yelling, everything about it. But, it was such an awesome game. And Chicago needed a win like that, I believe,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think it's great for morale. Coming out of the new year and kicking it off with that. Heck yeah, man. That's right on. It's been a lot of fun, and they really have been the cardiac Bears. That's for sure.
But yeah, it goes from 57 degrees back in January, and it goes back down to 19 today. Boogers are frozen today.
Yeah, exactly. You were up in Milwaukee all day. You're still up in Milwaukee.
Yeah. Doug's wife made an amazing dinner. We worked all day in the shop and came over here, and I thought this would be a good backdrop for the show. I mean, he's got a nice place. He's got his whole little nest feathered here in Milwaukee, so I'm real stoked to be up here. And it's definitely Monday with a Z, if you know what I mean.
That's for sure. There we got a good, I don't know, looks like a little Wisconsin picture right there.
That's the Red Barn Farm with Farmer Jim. They got the best everything. They raise their own pork. They make their own sausages, 85 different kinds of tomatoes.
Wow.
The Red Barn Farm in Antioch. Best place to go.
Antioch, Illinois, just steps away from Wisconsin.
It's right on this. Their property is the state line. That.
Right on. So it's really fun that all of our guests have something very in common. We are talking about Chopperfest, David Mann's Chopperfest tonight. And boy, it couldn't have been a better picked program with the people that we have that are going to be on tonight. I'm really excited to have Tattooed Songbird Jennifer Santolucito on and Cary Brobeck. And then you have something in common with these folks as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun to talk with who we're talking with tonight. And without further ado, let's get into it and bring up our first guest, Tattooed Songbird. There's
Hello.
I should have had a drum roll so that some music come out of it. Hello, beautiful. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good. Welcome to the show and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. We made it to 2026. Can you
Wow.
believe it?
Right?
It's crazy.
Absolutely. Yeah. You know, I just feel like this year's going to be I was ready to walk out of 2025. Nothing terrible happened. Just a lot of stuff from the year before. So I'm just so excited about 2026. I just feel great about all the events. There's so many great events coming up, and I think people are just motivated this year. You know, so it's super fun to kind of categorize where everything's going to fall into place, and we just have to live it and find out, man. This is the world of motorcycles.
That's right. It's the year of the horse, but really it's the year of horsepower.
Perfect. Absolutely.
It's the truth.
You're so smart to put that together.
You heard it here first.
Yes.
Open Road Radio.
Not just horse, iron steeds.
That's right.
Not steeds, iron steeds. Dan, I'm surprised you didn't think of that.
You know how many girls called me the Italian stallion?
I knew you'd find a way to wrap that in. So, John, how are you? How's everything going? What is going on? I know you're a big part of this Chopperfest, which we're going to talk about, but I just adore who you are. I just love who you are. And I love your kid, Sid Danger. I just love that.
Yeah,
And that's his real name.
Yeah, we got Sid Danger and Chloe Valentine.
Chloe
She wasn't born
Valentine.
on Valentine's Day. She's our little Cupid, we call her. And my husband and I just love our kids so much. Like, we just feel so lucky to be their parents and to be on this earth with them. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Saw that you had a great Christmas party with our good friend Kiwis.
Oh yeah, they came over for Christmas Eve dinner, which it's Mike's birthday that day too. So while
That's
everybody
right.
was getting their food, I made him sit there in bright red cheeks, everybody saying happy birthday to him. He's dishing up his food just because it was the only time everybody was in the same room together. But yeah, I just love them so much. I love
I didn't know
love
you
the
guys were that
Kiwis.
close. If anybody doesn't know, tell everybody who that is. Carolyn and Mike Thomas.
Oh yeah, Carolyn and Mike Thomas are Kiwi Indian, and they are also the parents of a dear friend of ours, Ross Thomas, who passed away about 12 years ago.
Mhm.
I don't know if you know this, but my husband raced Speedway, and Ross was actually his mechanic. So
Oh, really?
yeah. Ross was my friend. I've known him since he was little. I met him in Sturgis one year, and we hit it off. And I was like, who is this kid? And we became really close friends, and we ended up moving to Woodcrest, which is where the Kiwis live. And Ross would come over to visit me, and then he would come over to visit my husband. And I'm like, what the heck? You were visiting with my husband now, and they're in the shop. We had a shop on our property, and then I never saw Ross again. And I was like,
Right.
you stole my friend.
You're
But I'm
right.
so glad because we have such great memories. And
Yeah.
Ross was like a big brother to our daughter.
I've known Ross for such a great long
thanks.
time.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, this is what we did. We celebrated his life out in Sturgis, out at that lake by the Yeah.
I love that. You know, he accomplished more in his almost 21 years than most people in their lifetime. He wanted to be a
Ran
photographer. He
Bonneville.
became a photographer. He raced the salt flats and was
Yep.
a world record holder. Like, who does this stuff? But I mean,
Yeah.
the sky was the limit for him, and he just grabbed everything he wanted and then moved on to the next thing, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've known Ross so long and just love that whole family. So I was really
Me
excited
too.
to see those pictures on
Yeah.
Facebook with you hosting and having a great time with our friends.
Yeah, I made them sing Christmas songs. They had a piano player come over
I
to play
saw
them, and
that. You
everybody
guys
sit in
are
a
quite
circle and sing
musical.
Christmas
Well, of
carols.
course.
Yeah,
Of
we
course
all
you do.
thought we knew all the carols words, but it was like nobody knew after the first verse. It was like, oh, what is that? What's the second and third verse? Nobody knows. Let's dig it again. It was so
Sing
funny.
it again. Start over.
Yeah.
Where we picked up.
Yeah.
Texwood Songbird, what have you been doing lately? What it was? Are you back in the studio? It looks like from some
Yeah.
pictures that we have that you might be back in the studio these days.
Yeah, so I had to take some time off while when I had Sid Danger. I started, oh, that's my daughter playing the drums right there behind me. She's
Ah,
so incredible. Yeah, we got to play together. But I had to take some time. I had released my album in 2018, and I haven't released any new music since then. I've been playing and I've had projects, but not new original music. And so now that my daughter is away at college and I just have one child at home to tend to, I am back into it. So I spent this last October, I joined a rock and roll fantasy camp. I don't know if you've ever heard of those that are put on, but they're these amazing ordeals where people come together and usually you play music and then perform. But I went to a special edition, a singer-songwriters camp. And just to get inspired and to get back the focus on myself, which I don't usually do because I'm serving my family. And I did that. I did the rock and roll camp, singer-songwriters at distance, and we did these master classes. And I was able to right there at this picture that you just showed. Well, that's the Viper Room. I'm performing my original song, and that picture right there is at East West Studios. And this studio is the most celebrated music of the last 60 years has come from this place. Frank Sinatra
nice.
and the Rolling Stones. And this actual studio has produced more Grammy-winning albums than any other studio in the world. So not just the history, these people really know, and like, oh my gosh, the feeling just being in there. So the song that I sent to you that I'll be releasing next month, which is called Breaking Apart, is there. I recorded at that studio during that camp. And so Linda Perry was one of our mentors, and it was just so much fun to be with a bunch of singer-songwriters and meet all of these people from all over who have the same passion. You know, like when you're a musician, you spend a lot of time by yourself practicing your craft.
Sure.
And sometimes, like, I think as bike builders are the same way, or artists drawing and painting, it's the same thing. You're alone, right? So we're all really a bunch of like, we're weird, right? Like, we're kind of like hard to socialize. We're a little awkward. And at first it's kind of scary because nobody wants to like really share who they are. But then by the end of the experience, oh my gosh, I think I made lifelong friends at this camp. So yeah, I'm back to writing music, and I'm recording my
Nice.
sophomore album in Memphis, Tennessee with the great Brad Webb, who I wrote my first album with. And it's kind of like, it's got a blues undertone, but it's more Southern rock because that's, you know, I'm a little bit of rock and roll. And then, yeah, so it's exciting. There I am at the Viper Room playing that original song. And oh my gosh, you guys, I have to tell you, is so funny. So this song that I wrote is called Breaking Apart. And a friend of mine had gone through this thing with her husband. And I was trying to write a song for this camp so that I would have a workshop song. And the only thing that kept coming to me while I was in my studio was this heartbreak that she had. And I'm sitting in here crying or strumming my guitar, singing on behalf of my friend this song, Breaking Apart. And I go to share it with the class at the singer-songwriters clinic. And this girl comes up to me after and she says, oh my gosh, do you mind sharing your experience and your story with me? It's like, are you okay? And I was like, Oh no, this is my friend's story. And I left that workshop and I called my husband because here at the Viper Room, I'm singing that song and I had been away for a week, right? And then he's coming to watch me perform this song in Hollywood on the Sunset Strip. And I'm like, babe, I have to tell you something. I wrote this song, but it's not our song. Like, we're okay. We're good. You know, this is somebody else's experience.
We're not breaking away anytime
Yeah,
soon.
yeah, breaking apart is I'm not breaking apart, but like this is what I was feeling, and this is the song that was born through me. Do you know what I mean? But oh, it was so such a funny experience.
That is so wonderful. And that seems like the perfect place for you to be in that studio with all of those other icons that came
Yeah.
before. It sounds like that's fitting for you. Yeah, I
Thank
think
you.
that's something that Dan he goes to that rock and roll fantasy club every night in his sleep, I think.
Oh my gosh, so fun.
I'm so big into music. It's out of control.
I know that's where you're at when your head hits the look at that. I love those tattooed songbirds. Tattooed songbirds on her feet. I love that. Hey, I think we have a clip of that. Let's see if Andrew can throw a quick clip of that on for us. Listen to this voice, Dan. You're gonna flip. Your voice is so expressive.
Oh, thank you.
So beautiful. So beautiful. Your voice,
Thank you.
literally. That other the CD that you sent me. God, I still play that all the time. It motivates. It really gets me
so
going
much
in the
fun
morning.
writing that. And you know, my favorite part about really writing music, especially with Brad Webb from Memphis, Tennessee, and he has a brass note on Beale Street. That's like having a star on the Hollywood Rock of Fame for the blues. And like Elvis has one, B.B. King, Johnny Cash, they're all there on Beale Street with that brass note too.
Wow.
But I get to write songs about like Indian Larry. You know, I have like Chopper Shaman and
yes,
Johnny
I love
Chop.
that.
Like, I get to tell my friends stories and just try to keep their memories alive. I get to spend time with them when I'm in the studio writing about them and thinking about them and their memories and experiences that we had together. I don't ever want to get them, like, have them be forgotten. Not that it's only my cause, like it's all of our responsibility to keep their
Yes.
names alive and to talk
Right.
about them. I just feel this like a special path that I get to have by writing about them and spending
Writing
time
and
with them in
singing.
song, you know. But I'm
How
glad you like that
wonderful.
album. This will be the follow-up album is coming for that. So
That's fantastic. I
Yeah.
can't wait. I want to, as soon as it comes out, I want to buy it. Tell us because you are the host, the featured singer and host of Chopperfest. Tell us about how long you've been doing that and what you would sing at Chopperfest.
Okay, so I'm not the featured singer per se. We have bands who are going to be like the main bands that are playing this year. I do play
Oh,
as main
no, you're the
bands.
featured anything.
All
I
right,
know that.
featured me.
You're the featured anything.
Yeah, sometimes my band is featured to play though, and I do get, you know, the big set time. But usually I do just Chopperfest was the first place that I took that step forward and brought an acoustic guitar and strummed those strings and sang some songs. And I had such bad stage fright, and doing the Billy Lane's Blood, Sweat, and Gears tour for 2 years gave me an opportunity to MC and be on stage in front of people and speak so that I could have that like confidence to sing for others, which is what I really wanted to do my whole life. But the darn stage fright, right? But Chopperfest, I've been hosting it now for 20 years. Started out as a vendor, and I just love it so much. I'm such a big David Mann fan. My dad used to get the subscription to come in, and I would sneak in his room and pull it out. And oh, my mom would die if she knew what I was looking at over at his house, you know. But I was intrigued with it. Actually, this is my David Mann centerfold collection.
Ah,
This here
look at
is
that.
full. These are all centerfolds. each one of these pieces here. Okay, I have them all.
Nice. Wow.
And
That's
then
a
my
lot of
favorites are
Who
framed
has a
here.
centerfold?
My favorite ones here are framed on the wall. I don't know if you can see.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Of
and then
course.
there's Mondo up there.
Yeah.
You see, but these ones here are my faves. And one of these days, I'm going to have to order frames that actually fit the centerfolds because they're a little oversized. So once I get a place where I can do that, I will frame all of these,
How
right? All of them.
wonderful.
But I
What a
love
great
them. I'm such a
collection.
huge man fan. Like, really, I just think, does it get any better than his art? I don't know. We go places that he's been to and that he preserved on our timeline of our history, right? So like today on Facebook, they did a Man Monday, and I think it was a picture of Sturgis, or maybe it was a memory I saw on my Facebook, but it has Sturgis, it has Mount Rushmore, right? And then it's like, well, I have pictures of me in front of Mount Rushmore too. It's like I am in a David Mann painting. Or when I'm on stage at the Chopperfest and there's the sea of motorcycles and then there's the water, like the actual ocean is right there. I feel like I'm in a David Mann painting.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
It really is incredible. You know, there's so many fans across the world of David Mann. It's amazing. And I'm so excited when we talk with Cary about the collection. And I will let him talk about that
Yes.
a little bit. But wow, it's just it's so neat that you've been doing this for so long. And you've asked me years ago to come out, and I'm just like, it's on my list. It's on my list. So
Yes.
we're
Well,
gonna
one time
have
you'll
to-
come and you can
Yes.
stay at my house and we'll have Carolyn and Mike over for dinner the Friday
Yeah.
before. Or no,
Oh,
it's not
God.
Saturday, it'll have to be the
Is
Thursday
it too late to get a
before,
ticket? Maybe
and
I can
I'll
still
cook for
come.
you.
Absolutely. How wonderful. Thank you so much. Hey, we're going to do a quick commercial break. We're going to go to our next segment, but you're going to hang with us, right?
Yes, absolutely. Got my tea here.
Perfect.
Dan, what do you got?
A joint.
Did you want to take this commercial break? Is that what you were waiting for?
I got Josie over here.
Aw.
What a cutie.
So cute.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. I'm so sorry I haven't looked up. Doug Fraser says hello. Hi, Doug. I need to.
Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, thank you so much. When we come back from the ad break, Jen Cunningham, Jen Shade, Bob Cunningham. Thank you so much. Big D is in the house. Arturo, hello. We'll see each other on Friday. Greg Ellis, thank you so much for joining us. Roz, thank you for hanging out with us for this hour of motorcycle talk on Open Road Radio. We'll be right back after these messages.
How you doing? Big Andy, Illinois Fallen Biker. Most of you know me from my Facebook page or our website. There's a lot of things that we do for bikers who have fallen and their families. But the biggest and most important thing we do is we can provide you with representation after your fall, after your crash. We work with and are friends with Larry Disparti of Disparti Law. He has offices here in Chicago and Florida. I ain't gonna play no games. Get a hold of me. We'll talk directly with Larry and get your situation situated properly right away. Big Andy, Illinois Fallen Biker. I appreciate your time.
Peterson from Andrews Products. We're here at Daytona Bike Week with Gina Woods, Open Road Radio, and we're pleased to announce the launching of our 45 flathead cams. We have a stock replacement cam, a high performance cam, and a race cam. These will be in testing in the next couple weeks and proven out on the racetrack, and shortly after that we'll have the production cams ready.
All right. You know, I'm not in Daytona Beach with Mike Peterson, but Michael Peterson just got back from the AIM show out in Cali, where I was supposed to come and meet my buddy Harry, who's also listening tonight. Hi, Harry. Hey, all you listeners, thank you so much. We got a lot of people listening. Really appreciate you spending the time for the fastest hour in radio. Haley, she's awesome from Canada. I was going to say Canadian. Terry Fryer, thank you so much. Can't wait for your special guest. Ooh, it's a secret. Kevin, thank you so much. Is there a link to Chopperfest social media or webpage? Yeah, how about right there? Ask
Oh,
for
that's
and you shall
fancy.
receive. How cool was that? Right on, Andrew. You're right on the finger there. Dennis Holmes, hi Jennifer. It's Tractor. Mike Radboo, Dan got to the edge of his seat when he saw her pop up. Yeah, well, he might have. We appreciate you guys. Give it a like, give it a share, please, because it helps our sponsors to see that you are listening and being a part of Open Road Radio. And we appreciate that so much. Give it a like, give it a share. Thank you for our listeners at KSHP 1400 AM and 107.1 FM in Las Vegas, as well as WPJX 15 AM and 92.5 FM in Chi-Town. So we have been talking, we're talking about Chopperfest and it's got Toot Songbird. Well, there wouldn't be any reason not to bring in the next interview, the next fellow, because he falls right into place of all of this, Mr. Cary Brobeck from Choppers Magazine.
Oh, there we go. Out of the backstage.
Yes, and you look like you're backstage.
Yeah. Cheers, everyone.
You're refreshed. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining. We have been talking on and off for, I don't know, the last 6 months, but I've always wanted to have you on the show and just kind of really stepped up and said, hey, look, would you be on the show? And you're like, yeah. And then we just kind of offset times and schedules, but thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Really excited. Chopperfest is coming up, and you've got just Chopper Magazine, Choppers Magazine, a part of Chopperfest, but Choppers Magazine has been a part of so many events for so long, and I really didn't know the origin until I started doing some more just surfing on you and on the magazine. You know, started in 1967. Yes,
not by me. I'm not that old. I'm old, but not that old.
Yeah. We were saying that. No.
The backstory is Ed Big Daddy Ross started this magazine in '67.
Now, is this you? Because I pulled this picture not knowing that. I was like, I'm taking a chance.
Is that me? No, that is from probably '68.
Oh, okay. So this was the early one when Big Daddy Roth owned it. Okay.
Yes. Cool. Yeah. You see the Roth productions on there. So
look at those.
Put out a series. he put out a series of like small digest size mags, and then it kind of fell to the wayside. Somebody, I want to say McMullen, picked it up and did some full size magazines called Choppers Magazine, and then it just sat dormant for a long time. So I was actually working for Paisano Publications, Easy Riders. I was doing Wrench Magazine for a while, and just saw the writing on the wall where that was going, and just wanted to start something new, and couldn't figure out a cool name that wasn't already taken. And I already had a full set of Choppers Magazine, and just looked it up to see if it was available, and it was. Like the trademarks were available. Social media was available. It was almost kind of too good to be true. So got the blessing from Daryl Roth, from Ed's son, to go forward, and just never look back.
You've been in the magazine industry for years. You've been in it for a long time with Wrench, with Easy Riders, and then you had some of the folks from Easy Riders when they did go dormant. That you had some of those folks as well. Yeah,
Dave Nichols worked for us in the beginning. Steve Beatnik Werner still works with us. He's he's like a brother to me, and he's part of this. He's just as part of this as I am. But he's busy living on his boat. He's retired and just does this on the side. And Captain Steve on just sailing around Ventura and doing some layouts when he can.
Right on. How cool is that? So you've had the magazine since 2018?
Sure. I don't know, somewhere. No, I think it was later than that. I think it was a little bit later than that. It was probably more like 2020 when we launched it.
Okay.
And then I had a partner, and that fell apart. And it kind of, things went south. I wasn't sure if I was going to continue. And then some friends stepped up and helped me buy it from him. My buddies from Builtwell, my buddy Bear from who used to be Old Bike Barn, now White Knuckler, Walter, New Jersey from Kickstart Cycle. They all kind of chipped in, pre-bought a bunch of ads, which allowed me to buy the old partner out and keep going. So.
Right on, fantastic. So you've had a long stretch in the motorcycle industry, either way, with magazine. And why do you think that it's still? Why do you think it still works?
Does it still work?
Why do you think it still works, magazine?
I think it still works because I have a full-time job and do it on the side. It's print magazine, right? It's tough to, it's a decent mag. It's on thick stock. It's like a coffee table book. It's not a throwaway magazine, so people will collect it.
Doesn't take his finger off the pulse.
No, yeah, it's still my passion. That's why I don't have to do it for a living. I don't pay my bills with it. I have a regular construction job, like most of us, and then I get to do this for fun, and it's still fun. So
I think there's something to be said though about just like what everybody says about magazine, or still being able to open something up. It's tangible. It's right there. The pictures are there. I call our radio show Liquid Magazine because I can talk about it the next day. But
yeah,
and so can we now on social media, right? We all can. So there's not a lot to be said about that, but. I mean, there's still something so special, I think, about a magazine, about getting mail. I think that's what's so cool, is getting actual mail.
That's you. That's my buddy BJ from Good Time Cycles right there.
I love this. I got to pull this one. I loved it. That's great. And besides, last year I did Christmas All in the Grinch. Yeah. That was the theme. But and that's why I think that it's still. I mean, look, just the. Other magazine just came back out too as well. Easy Rider. In fact, Keith Ball was the first one to say, "Oh man, you gotta call Cary Brobeck. Get Chopper's magazine." And I thought, yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, Keith is one of my mentors. Keith and Dave Nichols and Beatnik and a bunch of other guys that a couple are not here anymore with us, but all the old Paisano guys that kind of taught me the way to print a magazine, basically. So
yeah,
a lot of respect to those old timers. And now I'm 53, so I'm damn near an old timer myself.
I don't know if is there a time for old timers? I don't know what that age is, that time is.
Yeah.
Chopper's magazine. So you got a great announcement with Chopperfest coming up, the David Mann Chopperfest. Why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah, so backstory on that is a good friend of mine, Tori, and his stepdad Huggy ran this show for 20 years. And funny story, I think I might have told this before, I don't know, but there was an incident a couple years ago that ended up spilling into my booth with some one percenters doing some shit they shouldn't be doing some stuff they shouldn't be doing, and it's spilled into my booth. So if fast forward a few months after that, Tori sends me a text and is like, hey, give me a call, I want to talk to you about the show. And when I saw the text, I was like, oh, this is perfect timing for me to tell him I'm not coming. And I had been coming for a lot of years. I just was wearing at Parts and Labor, I found one of my old, I think it was from the 4th annual Chopperfest, my hoodies. I would always buy a hoodie there. So I've been going a lot of years, and I was going to tell him I'm not coming. Like this killed it for me. I'm not coming. But when he picked up the phone, when I called him, picked up the phone, he ran me through everything that went wrong and why it happened and what they're doing to fix it. And I said, oh, well, that's great, because, then I was going to tell you I'm not coming. And he's like, well, might be awkward then, because, I want you to have the show. I want you to take the show over. And I was like, first I wasn't sure what he meant. And, you know, he just said, you know, this was something he did with his dad. And it was just, you know, Tori loves motorcycles, but it's not his passion. He's a family man. He's got a brand. He's a surfer, just an all around great guy, but motorcycles is not his first passion. So he wanted in some good hands. And I was honored that he thought I was that person. So I was the first person on his list. So he offered me the show. So we made a deal, took the show. That being said, I immediately called Jackie Mann. I had, you know, had a friendship with her from before. And I said, hey, I want to get you out for the next one. I'm taking over. I want you out. And, you know, she's getting older and wasn't up for the travel. She just didn't want to make the trip from, you know, from Missouri to Ventura. So I kind of jokingly said, well, if you won't come to Ventura, I'll bring the show to you. We'll do a show in Kansas City.
Oh, that's why the show was in Kansas City. Okay.
It was half a joke, but not really. You know, I always, you know, in my mind, I always wondered why this show wasn't there. That's where Dave is from, right? So
yeah.
She thought it was a great idea. And I was like, oh, I got to figure a few things out. Hung up with her, called my friends, you know, Tommy Boy and Davey Gant, who does, he works at Grim Tattoo, which is in the West Bottoms there. They're huge Dave Mann fans, and I already knew it. Called Kenny Slaughter. They know that they all thought it was a great idea. You know, within 2 weeks we had a venue. We were signing papers for permits, and we made it happen. So we had the first annual David Mann Chopperfest Kansas City last September, and it was a hit. People had a blast. You know, I
think we got a flyer on that. Andrew, pull up that flyer. I think it's the Kansas City. It should be a yellow flyer, I think. Let's see if we can grab that.
Yeah, but so what that led to that was a Kansas City show. So that's some little artwork. Obviously, that's Dave Mann's signature paintbrush art. Davey did the font and he did the little crow on there, but it was a blast. Jackie brought out some archive art that nobody has ever seen. She brought out his glasses, some of his prized possessions that he owned, and we got to show them. These archives are available for people to look at. And Jackie and Doug were there. Jackie was signing autographs, just talking to everybody, and it was amazing. It was such a blast. We had such a good time, and we're looking forward to next year already. So
I mean, I think David Mann is probably the most notorious motorcycle art. I mean, sure, we know you know, it's got Jacobs and we know David Hewland, but I mean, for the most notorious for magazine coverage all around. Yeah. I mean, don't you think?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he made his claim to fame became like this stuff is, you know, that's all in Easy Riders, the Paisano publication stuff. The press release that you just showed, that was the deal that I made with Jackie because Jackie retained the rights to all the Ed Roth stuff. So it made a lot of sense for us to be able to print those shirts and posters and hats and whatnot, because it was in the Roth era of Chopper's magazine. So all prior to whatever Dave Mann did prior to Paisano, Jackie, you know, still retained the rights and was able to give us a license deal for us to move forward with doing some new T-shirts and hats and posters and whatnot. And we're going to put some in the magazine, and you know, it's just it's going to be great. I'm so honored to kind of carry on the Roth tradition and bring this early Ed Roth / Dave Mann stuff to light. It's funny
excited for you. Congratulations.
We were at this. We were at Parts and Labor all weekend out in Del Mar that Biltwell puts on, and we had some of the early Roth stuff hanging. And everyone thought it was Ed Roth. They're like, "Oh, so cool! You can print these Ed Roth art pieces." And I was like, "No, this is all David Mann, signed by Ed Roth. He commissioned him. He signed his work. You know, the same thing happened with Roach Studios, and Roth did that with a lot of people where he signed their artwork."
Yeah. So, God, it's so OG. Oh my gosh, that's so cool to have that. Congratulations. Good for you.
Yeah. So we're going forward. My biggest question is why is Scrappy so quiet?
He is
What's going
quiet.
on, man? What's going on over there in Chicago? Are you muted?
I was at
It's-
Sasha's and Sturgis earlier this year, him and Lindsay, and they have a couple original David Manns that no one's even ever seen. And I got it all through my house. I mean, David Mann is Choppers, and that's it's awesome. I like listening. Keep talking, Cary.
Oh, yeah.
He's like a sponge. He's just grabbing all of this in, and then he'll come out.
I'm about to start slurring my words if I keep sipping on my tea that I got here, Jennifer. Yeah, let's that's going on. But Chopperfest, I want to go back to Chopperfest. We got going on.
Yeah. Let's go to Chopperfest because
we did the Kansas City one. It was a big success. We had so many people come out, had a good time. I've got some of that archive stuff that Jackie's letting us borrow, which is amazing stuff that people haven't seen. That stuff, Davey Gant from Grim Tattoo is going to drive it all down. Jackie's put a lot of trust in us to bring this stuff. This is irreplaceable art and irreplaceable artifacts that, I mean, it belongs in the Smithsonian, and it's someday it will. Bringing it down. So we're going to have our own little, we're going to have Chopperfest, David Mann inspired art by artists from around the world that are kind of art. The guy that runs the art show part of the Chopperfest in Ventura, he curates all that. But we've got this stuff coming also that's gonna be there. We've got that. We've got tattoos. We've got, I think, 30 tattooers coming this year.
Wow.
We're dealing with the health department right now, sorting that all out. So
This has never happened.
Yeah. It's been, I think Chopperfest has been one of my favorite shows since I've been going, and I don't want to change it too much, but I definitely think I need to put our kind of spin on it. We've got, I was just feeling Jennifer and that Danger Dan is coming to co-host, and he's a bit of a handful. So we're going to,
it's dangerous.
I got two hands.
we're going to, it's going to be some good banter going back and forth.
That's going to be very dangerous.
Apologize ahead of time for his actions. How about that? he means well. He's a sweetheart. I love the guy.
He does bring the party. He definitely will bring the party.
We were in Italy. We were in Italy last year, which this year I'll be there with Scrappy. We're going to be there with
God help
with Magic Mike, with Pat from Lead Sled, and Christian Sosa and Brian Helm. That's a dangerous group right there.
Oh my God, that's going to be so fun.
Yeah.
Dan, what do you got about that? Dude,
I know.
Italy?
Gonna be the wrecking crew.
That's
What a
a-
squad.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's going to be wild. It's going to be wild. Anyway, so Dan's co-hosting. We've got the Rhyolite Sound coming back. They do a lot of our shows. They're a great band. They're bringing in another band that I don't remember the name of it, and they'll probably be
How many
mad at me
bikes
for
do
it.
they get about? I saw last year there were quite a few bikes,
So-
and I always look at the attendance.
I mean, so this year's going to be a little different bike show wise. So we're going to kind of segregate the bikes. We're going to have all the choppers and vintage stuff in where they always are. That will never change. No matter what happens to the show, that's going to stay the same. That's what Huggy did. That's what Tori did. That's what I'm going to do forever. Those bikes will stay the same. We're going to kick all the new bikes, all the performance bikes over in the Harley Davidson / Thrashin Supply Co. area on the other grass. That's going to be another big show. So we're going to have choppers. We'll have performance. And this year we're adding we're in California, man. We got the lowrider Vikla scene. I'm a gal named Lydia has been organizing that, and she's just been a godsend for this. Like, it's going to be lowrider cars and bikes,
Nice.
vendors, everything that kind of comes with that whole scene. And they're going to have their own building. Like, they're going to be a standalone building there.
Andrew, that was a cue for lowrider.
Yeah, so we're gonna have 100, 150. We're gonna have probably 400, 500 bikes in there.
Wow.
I think it's gonna be crazy.
Well, people can still sign up right now. They can still get it in there.
It's filling up, and we do have a cap on the bike entry. So as soon as those are filled up, you'll have to come in the day of and see if we have room for you. If not, you're just stuck in the
How
parking
can
lot.
they get in touch right now? By going to the QR code?
Yeah, just chopperfest.com and sign up. That goes for vendors too. I think we have a few more spots for that. One of the other things we're gonna have. Mike says I'm reading the comments. Mike says brings the vans back. We got lowriders. Is that good enough, Mike? Maybe the vans will come back. We are going to have low side. I don't know if anyone's familiar with low side clothing. They bring a party. Now, Chris and Elise is a couple that does this company, and they do a lot of rodeo games and just fun. They call it the low side rodeo ruckus. I mean, I'm getting texts in the middle of the night from Chris like,
oh my goodness,
hey, you have any objections to midgets? And I'm just like, oh God.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, that's fun. I've bowled the
fire
midget
breathers.
in
He's like, we have fire breathers, and I'm like, you know what? I hope nobody from the Ventura Fairgrounds is watching the show because I told them keep it PG-13. You know, there's kids there. Let's keep some of the raunchiness out, but have a good time, and I'll sweet talk my way out of it.
I got to show something that I don't think is too PG-13. Then we're going to get to our surprise guest. Andrew, play that little clip that I gave you. Okay, here we go. Okay. Here's my girl Jen. She's doing some posting there. Here we go. Here's where it starts to get a little bit freaky. Oh, what's that? Yeah.
That's the weenie street.
Okay, now it goes. Okay. All right, Andrew, that's good. Here's my buddy Dump Truck. I love him. Okay, talk about a little weird. Okay,
the best part out.
Dangerous there. I saw that.
The best part is I couldn't do it, so I just started swinging my weenie into my friend's mouth, and he was swinging his into mine.
I think most of you guys couldn't do it.
Family fun. We'll be doing some of that in Italy, Dan. Don't worry.
Yeah, there you go, Dan. Get it ready. Get your wiener ready.
You're breaking up, but I'm assuming you're saying like Chicago kielbasa, right?
Dan, we can't hear you. We can't hear you, Dan. Scrapper Dan.
You muted?
We can't hear. Yeah, maybe your microphone. I think that's the one that might be making the noise out of it. But that was fun. And the reason I picked that is because that's like a true. I mean, I love that.
So that's low side. That's low side putting all that on.
They did. Okay. Well, wow, that was timely of me. But that was really cool. I just enjoyed. I enjoyed that. You're there. You're out with everybody, partying and having a great time. I mean, that's what it's all about. You're not sitting at the booth and just. So that's cool stuff. And I thought that was. I thought it was big fun. I'm like, I need to get out to the West Coast. I really do, because those guys know how to have fun. Dan, you're back.
Can we hear you now, Dan? I love like watching Dan's video feed is like a fucking horror movie. Sorry.
We're going to go to a real quick commercial break. Dan's going to fix himself up here real fast. And we're going to come back with our surprise mystery guest. We'll be back
All right.
right after this. Everybody give it a like, give it a share. Thank you for tuning in.
How you doing? Big Andy, Illinois Fallen Biker. Most of you know me from my Facebook page or our website. There's a lot of things that we do for bikers who have fallen and their families. But the biggest and most important thing we do is we can provide you with representation after your fall, after your crash. We work with and are friends with Larry Disparti of Disparti Law. He has offices here in Chicago and Florida. I ain't gonna play no games. Get a hold of me. We'll talk directly with Larry and get your situation situated properly right away. Big Andy, Illinois Fallen Biker. I appreciate your time.
Peterson from Andrews Products. We're here at Daytona Bike Week with Gina Woods, Open Road Radio, and we're pleased to announce the launching of our 45 flathead cams. We have a stock replacement cam, a high performance cam, and a race cam. These will be in testing in the next couple weeks and proven out on the racetrack, and shortly after that we'll have the production cams ready.
Quickly, I want to say hello to Ditch, Dazzlin, Patrick Michael, who's in Spain or Greece or somewhere, I don't know anymore. Eddie Coleman, thank you so much. Got a lot of great comments as well, but we just don't have time. I'm going to have to bring you back, Cary, to talk about more of our stuff. But first, I want to introduce a gal that I have known for a long, long, long time, and she's just been so special to me. And lo and behold, I had David Mann on the show about 20 years ago. And once I found out that she was his niece, she said to me, you have to find that. Okay, listen, this is when I started out like dinosaurs. We had 8-track cassettes. Okay, we had 8-track tapes, and then we had cassettes, and then we had MP3 players. So it's been a hot minute, and I've got everything stored away, but I told her it would only take a little while to find it, and I still haven't found it. It's probably been 10 years since she asked me, or longer. Let's bring up our guest, Cheryl Mann from Florida.
Hi, how are you, Gina? Thank you.
Wow.
Nice to meet everybody.
Were you able to hear what was going on during the show?
Oh yeah, I was listening. I think
Isn't
it's
it
amazing.
amazing that Cary has got the David Mann collection? How wonderful!
Right. Yeah, that's excellent. I'm glad to hear that, and especially things that I know we have not seen yet. You know, him being an uncle. I remember, I was young, so I'm like he was about 4 years older than my father. So I grew up, and it's like, I was the bratty type of kid. But I remember when BAM in 74 is when these magazines started coming out. And that's when my grandfather and my dad, they collect the Easy Riders back then. And we were just...
By all means, I want everybody to know that Sharon and Stash, her guy, big biker people, big biker parties back in Illinois before they moved to Florida. So a lot of fun, big fun. And I think we have a couple pictures of what Sharon is talking about right now. Go ahead, Sharon.
So meantime, with all the the parties and growing up in that, my grandfather, we were all at a barbecue one time, and it was like down in Missouri. This picture here, that's to the right. That's my grandfather. That's George Mann. And then the guy in the middle, he is Joe Ortega. That is my grandfather's brother-in-law. But David Mann was my grandfather's nephew. So you could see Jackie in the background there. And then next to my grandfather there.
Is that glare or is that cocaine residue?
You know what? That's a glare. This picture is literally like 50 years old. So.
Good observation.
Right. I swear. Right. So.
Oh my God. And that's David Mann in the.
And that's David Mann there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So these are like back in the beginning days. Like I said, this picture was taken in 84. My grandfather died shortly after that, but that was his big road trip with his brother-in-law across going into California to visit him. Of course, you know, the Irish sitting around the table drinking and smoking. But David Mann was just fascinated with my grandfather. But he came back with a bunch of his signed, you know, books that he had with his 50 most, you know, prized pieces, hand-picked, you know, and they've been our treasure, you know, all these years. So just growing up and knowing, you know, we got a lot of artists in the family, but he was absolutely unique and made a whole new world out there for everyone.
And now you're painting in Florida.
Yeah, I paint. I do more, you know, I was doing a lot of architectural work in the beginning, but unforsaken, I have been working at home, but I do more acrylic painting.
Nice.
You know, sea stuff like that, you know, seascapes and that. But yeah, it runs in the family. I know, like back in David Mann's, you know, learning days, he was taught from somebody like more architectural to keep the line straight. And that was what made his work just absolutely pop later in the years. But it's just been a pleasure just knowing, you know, oh my God, he's my family member. I'm like, yeah, I'm Sharon Mann.
Yeah. Sharon M-A-N-N.
Yeah, in the stories, it's like, yeah, you know, like I said, we had a very large family, you know, and he's a generation up from me, you know, so I was the bratty kid. So I really wish that I had the chance to really
jumped on his motorcycle.
Yeah, he would have been at one of our parties, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, and you know, when I interviewed David and his wife Jackie was also on the show, there was no social media. There was no social media at the time. There was no Facebook. There was no, I don't even know, the bikers or whatever that was for a while, that social media thing. But it was before all of that. I mean, we just really only had radio, and you didn't have any pictures of anything. You could take pictures, you know, and then
bring it to get developed.
Yeah, for later. So it's too bad that I didn't have any pictures of them, like we all are. You know, these are be saved online for years or forever, and until computers go down.
Right.
I got a picture of y'all. But yeah, too bad I didn't have him and his wife Jackie on with us, because it was a very slow moving interview, and I think we were on it 2 hours.
I'm still waiting for that interview.
I know. I'm going to find it for you, girl.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
Right.
It was really cool. It was really it was an amazing interview. It was,
awesome.
And at the time, I don't even think I knew the depth of what I was, you know, who I was really talking with.
Right.
I knew David Mann. I knew it was amazing art, but I don't think I knew the depth of it. So that was pretty cool. That was really cool. How will you be sharing, Cary, some of those things, some of those collections that we haven't seen yet?
So at Chopperfest for sure. So we're gonna do we'll do Ventura. We'll have them. Like I said, Davey is driving everything down that Jackie's loaned us. So and then they'll be back in Kansas City. But something I can announce right now that I haven't announced yet, no one's even heard this, is I just had a meeting with Woody and his team from the Buffalo Chip. So we're gonna do a small exhibit there. They're in Sturgis.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
Small exhibit there. And another thing that we've done is we have set up a nonprofit, the David Mann Legacy Foundation, that we are going to start trying to raise money to, you know, there's a lot of originals out there. You know, I have friends that own originals that are older, and that, you know, my worry is that when some people pass away, that some of these paintings just get sent to thrift stores or thrown away or something. So we want to try and start raising money to buy them from people, to add them to our, you know, the legacy foundation. And then one day, you know, get them in the Peterson Museum, get an exhibit there, get them in the Harley Museum, get, you know, just create awareness for his art, and to share what we all know this. We all know how amazing he was and how amazing his art was, but this new generation coming up, maybe not. You know, I know, you know, I don't know how much Keith Ball is going to put of David Mann in the new Easy Rider. So we just want to keep his art relevant, keep it out there, and share it with everybody. You know, so.
Absolutely. And maybe even something like, you know, a premiere feature showcase like Lichter does, and, you know, how it's kind of gone through its little phases over last year, and it was mostly pictures and some bikes. But something like that would be amazing.
Well, that's where we're going to have a showing there as a motorcycles as art. We're not going to do the whole thing. I didn't want to get tied into that and try and be there for, you know, 14 days.
10 days, yeah.
You know, but we're gonna have a display there at the Buffalo Chip in that same room where Michael Lichter was doing everything. We'll get some of the bikes that, you know, I have a few friends that have built bikes based off paintings, so we'll try and get those in there as well.
Yeah.
But we'll be able to show a lot of the things, a lot of the, you know, some of the archive stuff that Jackie's, you know, entrusting in us to.
How exciting!
So. You know, we'll do some little pop-up shows like that. You know, we're going to take a little bit of it to Italy. Scrapper, you'll like that. We'll have a little bit of stuff to show in Italy.
Scrapper's way too quiet tonight. I think you got zonked at the beginning.
Listen, it's so cool to hear about. Yeah, it's so cool. This is wonderful. Once in a while, I got to shut up. I might learn something.
This is definitely the quietest I've ever heard you. But
definitely
yeah,
the quietest.
We'll be doing these little pop-up shows wherever we can, you know, Sturgis, maybe a Daytona show, maybe, you know, some of the prominent shows to
maybe Mama Tried.
Yeah.
It's coming to Mama Tried. I was actually emailing with Warren this morning. I emailed him, so we're gonna have some of it at Mama Tried.
That would be sweet. We'll have to get it down at Daytona for Sharon.
Absolutely. It's
or
closer.
Fly you in. Just fly you in.
Right. It's closer.
Yeah.
So yeah, you'll be able to see it. We don't have any plans, but you know, we've had conversations. There's nothing set yet about maybe putting out a book. You know, I know Paisano put out some really cool, like the 50 pieces. They did those 3 different variations of it. There you go. That's the reprint, but the original one's longer.
I love it.
I still have some of those, but we will
doesn't?
maybe do one with the early stuff. The pre 1970. I think he started in 74 with Paisano.
Well,
so,
and I don't think anybody's ever replicated David Mann stuff, not to his style, not to his right. I mean, does anybody come to mind to you?
People tried. They've tried, but it's just not the same. It's not. There's nobody that can do what he did. I mean, that I've seen. If somebody knows different, drop a note. Let me know, because I'll definitely give them a call.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we'd like to
there's
know.
People that are close. There's a lot of great artists out there that are close, but not the caliber of David Mann.
Yeah.
So, and I've got some great David Mann stories that we'll save for another time. From like the Kim Peterson, one of my dear friends and mentors. You know, and Beatnik and Keith Ball and Dave Nichols. You know, when Dave Nichols first started at Easy Riders, his job was to take care of David Mann. So, you know, and now he was became the editor-in-chief for all those years. So
I know. I love David. Talk about all you OGs. Love it. I really love it. Don't know how it passed. I know most of them, all of them, and that I've never really met you before, Cary, but I'm so glad that you were able to join us. Tattooed Songbird, mwah,
Pleasure to
I
meet
don't know.
you.
I just might have to get a plane ticket. You know, I'm pretty
Come on
excited
out.
right now.
Planting the seeds.
I tell you, are planting those seeds. You're doing more than planting the seeds. You're getting me on the phone with the flight right after this.
There's still time. There's still time.
There is still time.
Anytime. February 7th. It's a Saturday this year. We moved it from Sunday like it always is. We did a poll. My dear friend Lisa Ballard, she runs a lot of these big shows people have. She's the backbone behind it. She's the backbone.
amazing.
She sure is.
And she is awesome. And I had her put out a poll to ask Saturday or Sunday, and it was like 99.8% said move it to Saturday.
Oh, good. Well, that was smart for you to listen.
Yeah. So we
Very
listened and we moved it to Saturday. And then now, those football nerds can go home and watch the Super Bowl. I'll be riding my chopper on the way home from Ventura with no traffic. It'll be great.
That's right. And what about the pre-party, Cary?
So we're talking with Olive Street Customs again. There's going to be a pre-party and an after-party now, because we have Friday night for people that come in and set up, and then that might be more like an industry thing. We're working on that, but the tavern wants both, I think. So I'm just not sure if that's what we're doing. But the after-party is sounding. I think Thrash and Supply wants to take over the tavern and do like a Thrash and Supply after-party. So I might just let them have it. I'm going to have my hands full. We have the Wall of Death coming in. Also, I don't think I mentioned that.
So awesome.
Yeah, with that and
which I'm sorry, which wallet?
The Ives Brothers Wall of Death.
The Ives Brothers. Yep, love those boys. Love those boys.
Yeah, they're great. So
yeah, they are. Wow, great show, guys. Thank you so much. We are way out of our league here. We're 10 minutes out, but it's okay. We can still be on stream. We wanted to thank all of our KSHP and WPJX listeners that we didn't say goodbye to, that are probably onto other programming right now. But thank you all for our online listeners. Anybody that wants to say anything else? Dan, you got any closing?
This guy in Verona.
Yeah.
Verona, Italy. Let's go.
That's going to be so cool. I can't wait to hear about that chaos.
Yeah, anyone listening, it's still not too late. Going to Italy is very reasonable. Verona, that motorbike expo, they get about 150 to 160,000 people. It's the biggest show I've ever been to, the most organized show I've ever been to, and lots of great Italian drinks, food.
Yes, in the flesh.
Cary,
Robbie's gonna be there. Yeah, come on out. It's gonna
Cary,
be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Can I carry your luggage?
Yeah. Well,
I
I don't think you'll fit in the luggage, but because we got we're bringing artwork with us.
I'll carry your luggage for you.
Yeah.
I want to go to Italy. Yeah, that's gonna be that. It's gonna be big fun, guys, and that's
Rappy's gonna be he's gonna be my enforcer out there. So we're good.
Good luck with that. Good luck corralling this. Yeah, talk shit, spit blood.
It's good.
I have something to say too that's not Italy related. I just want to thank Gina so much for continuing to do this program for so long. She started when she was like 5.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we're just so thankful, and
Thank
you
you,
do such a
beautiful.
great job, and you always make it so fun. I feel it's weird being on a screen in your room by yourself, but I don't feel like I'm by myself. I feel like I'm with all of you right now. And
Yeah,
I just thank
I
you
like
so
that
much
feeling.
for doing this,
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
I try to
and
bring everybody in.
And thank you for letting me be on with all you wonderful people. I look
Thank
forward to
you.
following you guys when you go to Chopperfest, and I'm looking forward to seeing some of that artwork from Jackie. So,
and listening to that interview when she finds it.
yeah, right.
Repost that,
I'll bring everybody back.
Right.
Yes.
That'll be awesome. Yeah.
Sharon, thank you so much for being our mystery guest. And I've never
Thank
done
you.
that before. So that was you're my first, and I
Thank
love you
you.
so much, Beha.
Pleasure. Yeah.
All right, everybody, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. To our listeners and viewers, please give it a like, give it a share on your way out, and we'll catch you right back here next week on Open Road Radio. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Gina.
Thanks.
Good night.
Thank you for tuning in to America's premier motorcycle talk show, Open Road Radio.
Hey, thanks for coming along. We hope you enjoyed the